Hey everybody, I'm Lauren Price and this is Disc Golf VR 360 and I am in Crestline, California at the Thousand Pines Christian Camp, where they have 32 18-hole courses installed, and I just got done doing the upper course and I'm now in the parking lot of the lower course. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to use U-disc to get around both courses, and which you'll follow U-disc on their map, getting from T to T. And there's a couple where you might need a little help, and which I've gone through and done walkthroughs. Now, this is a Christian camp. There are several things that you cannot do here. One is no smoking of anything. 2, no alcohol drinking, no drinking of alcoholic beverages of any kind, anywhere. And 3, no cussing. We are guests, and we need to keep that in mind and respect the rules and the space that they have up here. They have a very nice camp. It's a great place. You got to be on your best behavior up here at Thousand Pines. Anyways, let's get started, and we'll get on over to T1. Forgot to mention in the intro that this is a pay for play, and you do need to sign in up at the front office before you can play. They want to know who is on the property so that if anything happens, they know how to respond. So keep that in mind. Make sure you check in up at the office at the office before you come down and start playing. Okay. T1, this is probably one of the longer holes. It's 563 feet. You're not going to see it from the tee because it's that far away, and there's a lot of trees between here and there. So what you're going to want to do is, see there's that one big tree up there in the distance. You want to try to get out past that to so that then that way you're in a better position for your second shot. 563, and just keep an eye on where we're going. Hole 2, 333 feet. You can see the headband up there between those two trees. And there's what you want to try to do for the most part is get up past those fallen logs on the hillside there. And you want to be careful not to go over to the right, because you can get lost over there real easy. 333. And on a footnote, on the first hole, I forgot to mention there's that fence line going along the right-hand side for that house. Anything on that other side of that fence line is OB. And there's this road behind us here that you could probably hit if you're not watching it. That's also OB. And it will be OB over here. It does come into play. The road is about maybe 15, 20 feet from the basket. And so the road is OB, in which I have used that road because I usually wind up there where that little double tree is, and then I'll do a forehand right off the road and slide right up. 333. Hole 3, 313 feet. Let me move over here. Oh, no, you can see it right here. It's right over there. And on tournament play, they'll have this as an island hole, so that everything up to, there's some logs going right along that trail there. They'll have OB lines going around it, and so you need to get it all the way in. If you land outside, there's going to be a drop zone off to the left here in front of the island that will be the drop zone. Casual play, straight at it, 333 feet. The road is OB no matter what, and more or less just want to put it straight out there for somewhat of a little hyzer. Hole 4, 293. It's right there. You have a real low ceiling here, so you're gonna need to keep it, just go straight at it between the trees here. Got to watch it for this one tree right here, because that's usually the one that gets, you can see a bunch of marks on it from discs hitting, mine included. Anyways, 293 that way there. And it's surrounded by these boulders, and so it's kind of sitting in this ring, and it's hard packed dirt, so you can slide up there, and then you have to be careful because you can slide too far. There you go. Hole 5, 252 feet, and it's just straight down this trail right here, and going to be right off to the left side. And that's the best way to do it, is just shoot it straight down the trail here. You got to make that gap between those trees. They're going to stop you more than likely. And you don't want to go to the left, because that goes down deep, and you get down there and you're going to have all kinds of obstacles trying to get out. 252. Hole 6, 213 feet, and it's uphill, so it's going to play more like about 260, maybe 270, and that's all hard packed dirt up there. So, and it can be a challenge. You have to be careful because if you shoot at it, it's gonna most discs are gonna wind up fading to the left, and you can slide down into this ravine here real easy. But for the most part, you just want to try to go straight at it, and maybe if anything do somewhat of an anhyzer, so then that way it goes into the hillside, or try to aim for that gap right up there. And I need to mention, I keep on forgetting to mention, you need, if you haven't noticed, the foxtails are drying out, so they're going to get in your shoes, and you got a couple of different choices that you can do to keep yourself from getting overwhelmed with the foxtails. One is bring some gaiters. You can get those at REI and Dick's and a lot of the sporting goods stores, or wear pants to keep the foxtails out. I have the Ideo Sports Corey Ellis Brute that has a cuff at the top, and I haven't gotten anything, foxtails, rocks, dirt, water, nothing gets by that cuff. So that's been working great for me. Okay, hole 6. What did I say? 160, 213, that way there. T7 is going to be a little bit of a hike, so you need to take this trail right here. Just follow this trail on up, and we'll take a little walk, and I'll show you the way. Hole 7. This is one of the more difficult holes in the lower course. It's 505 feet, and it's a par 4, and you're not going to see it from the tee box. You're going to need to get down there before you'll be able to see it, and it's still kind of a strain to get it there. So what you need to do is get down, see this trail right here where the sunlight is down there. You want to try to get down there, and there's a ring right there for like a turnaround. They have campfires there, I think. You want to try to get down there, and if you can, try to get a little to the right, and you'll see the hole is off in the distance under an oak tree, some oak trees, and it's, you know, when you get down there, you're about maybe a third of the way there, and then it's 2/3 to get up to the hole. And you'll see when we get down there and we can see the basket, I'll have the arrow on it. 505, par 4, heading that way. Hole 8 207 feet. See this log laying down, a horizontal log laying down there. You want to get up, shoot towards in that direction there, so that it will fade down. The basket is going to be over on a slope, a down slope, on the other side. Probably that log is about halfway there, and that right, we're at what, 330 feet. Okay, so that's about 150 more, a little more than 150 from the pin. 330, and like I say, aim for that right there, and it should fade right into it. Hole 9, 203 feet. It's all downhill, but trust me, it's not that easy. If you see, you can see the roof of like a shack or something like that down there, and the basket is about 10 to 20 feet to the right of that, and just behind that is a ravine, and you don't want to get down there. And for the most part, if you can get it to go, just do a straight flat shot. Don't get the nose up, because you have kind of a low ceiling here, and take that right down there, and you should be able to get it to Anheuser to the right if you're lucky. But there's lots of trees, and it's kind of steep over here. Same thing over here. So if you get anywhere off to the sides of this gap, you're going to have it's going to be a little more difficult. And if you go long on your second shot, or even your drive down at the bottom, you'll be in that ravine down at the bottom there. So 203. Hole 10, 203 feet. Got to carry the water, because there's water there now from the snow melt. And the basket is up on this slope up there that is kind of surrounded by some trees. So ideally what you want to try to do is get over there where you can see some fallen logs, and then that way you can get up, or just get up close on that road over there. Stay away from the water. That's kind of looking kind of nasty too. 203. Hole 11, 502 feet. Best thing to do is just follow this trail all the way up, and it kind of curves on up, and the basket is up on the right hand side, sitting on top of a stump. Your best thing to do is try to get between that telephone pole, a utility pole, and these trees here, to get up the trail. So then that way you'll have a better chance of you'll see the basket from there, whereas you can't see it from here, or until you get further up there. 502. Oh, par 4. Hole 12, 235 feet. It's right up there in the sunlight. It's all uphill, so it's probably closer to about 325 maybe, something like that. But for the most part, what you got to do is get it up past these bushy trees over here, and you'll see that the hole is probably about another 40-50 feet past that one big bushy tree there. 235. Hole 13, 219 feet. It's going to be hard to pick it out from the tee because it's kind of surrounded by these trees, but it's over this way here. So if you can get it to work, you got a gap that you can go straight at it this way here, and hopefully it kind of fades to the right a little bit. Or you can go a little more extreme and put a good forehand anhyzer out over this direction here. Yeah, you can also, there's a gap big enough to drive a bus through over here. So any number of ways, but it's 219 over that way there. Hole 14, 533 feet. You're never going to be able to see it from the tee box here. Forget it. It's way out there. So what you need to do is get out past that one tree there. Try to get out past that one tree. Then you might have a peek at it from there. But it's a par 4. 533. Hole 15, 353 feet. It's up this way here. You're not going to be able to see the basket until you get at least probably one and maybe two, your second, after you get to your second disc. And you're going to want to go straight up that way there and past the stumps. And then you're going to want to start to go off to the right, and you'll see the basket off in the distance. For the most part, if you can get up to the trees up there where I put the arrow, that's about a third of the way there. Then the rest is 2/3, and you'll see there's lots of trees in your way, lots of objects to knock your disc down. So just try to keep it nice and straight and keep it up. Don't let it get down. Hole 16, 348, sitting there on the, that's a slope there. And it's not, it's a slope about like that. So don't, you gotta watch it, because it's one of those deals where if you hit the cage or the headband and drop down, it'll stand up and roll on down the hill. And that's not much fun. I see that they've gone through and trimmed all the foxtails out off the hillside there, so it makes it easier to find your disc. And you need to watch it, because down below here that you can't see is this ravine, and there's a bunch of trees and things like that. So you really want to try to get as close up to that one tree that's kind of leaning to the left. Try to get as close to that, if not further up the hill. This asphalt road is OB, so you want to stay away from that, and it's real easy to fade to the left. 348. Hole 17, wind has really kicked up here. I'm pretty much at the top of the course, which is at 48.55, I think is what my watch said. Anyways, hole 17, it is, what was that again? 363. Got a little bit of sunlight on it. There's some trees kind of around it. And you have to watch it, because when you go out this, if you go out this way here, like right now, the wind, the way it's blowing, it'll just fade it to the left. It'll just hide it to the left and get down there around hole 1. So it's just going to make it a lot tougher. Try to just keep it going straight as possible towards that one big pine tree. You can get that, then you got a real good shot at it. 363. Hole 18, 560. You're not going to be able to see it from the tee, and you'll be able to see it if you get a good second shot. The first shot, your drive, you want to try to get up into that patch of sunlight there with the grass. There's some bare spot with some pine needles. Try to get it up over there, and then you'll see the basket's going to be, that's about 1/3 of the way there. The basket's going to be off in the distance in amongst a whole bunch of the grass, foxtails. So you just have to make sure you keep an eye on your disc, because it's going to be real easy to lose it in these foxtails. I'm sure they're going to come up and trim the fairway so that you won't have that problem. But until then, keep an eye on it. You want to get right up, like I said, up to that patch of sunlight up there, and then you can get a better chance at seeing it. And I'll point it out as soon as I can see it. 560. Well, that wraps up the lower 18. These last 3 holes are really more or less up and down hill and dale, and walking through some pretty tall grass that I'm sure, just like on hole 16, the fairway had been trimmed so that you didn't have to go looking for your discs too much. But all the same, again, remember, pants, gaiters, or the Idio Coriolis brutes. That's the ticket to keep stuff out of your shoes. And I'm going to do a little reminder again. No smoking of anything, no alcohol, and no cussing. And be on your best behavior that you can be, so that we're a good impression on the camp here, so that we can continue to come up here. This is a very special place, and it's completely different from all the other courses in Southern California, so let's not mess it up. Okay, I think I covered everything for the Discovering the World Open that's going to be up here June 21st and 22nd. I'm not going to be able to be here because I get my cataract surgery on my left eye on the 17th, so I'm going to have to pass on it and let Mark or Steve Jenner pick up the trophy. Hopefully somebody from the MP70 will be able to do it. Anyways, have fun and be good people. See ya. Oh, and if you like what you, please like this and subscribe. I need subscribers so that we can start getting something out of it, monetizing it. Like and subscribe, as they say. See you the next time.